Hello. Welcome. My name is Ashley Casper. You are tuning in today to Freehand Friday, which is what I have declared Fridays. Just an opportunity for me to share a little bit of share and express some of my creative side. So last week was actually the first Friday of giving this a shot. This week I have adjusted a little bit to the format of how I'm going to do this. So if you are tuning in live, please drop a comment and say hello. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And if you are watching the replay, please comment #replay. And if you watch through to the end, I will show you how you can get what I create today and share with you how you can receive it totally free. Again, this is just a way for me to express a little bit of my creativity, share some ideas and insights that I have, and just trying to put a little bit more good out into the world. So I'm super excited that we are here today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and just jump right into it. I have my iPad screen shared here. So this is the quote that we are going to be creating a page for today. This quote was pulled from, sorry, I'm making sure that I don't have some of the same technical issues that I had last week. So bear with me just a moment while I make sure things are situated. I don't want it to be too small for you. Okay. So this quote actually came from a free group that I'm a member of. It's the Grow Rich Mastermind Facebook group. And it's a community full of love and light and just a lot of encouragement. And I love all the quotes that are shared there. So this one really resonated with me this week. Everything comes to us that belongs to us if we create the capacity to receive it. I am not very good at drawing and talking at the same time. So, what my format will be is as I am drawing, I may want to take a break every now and then to come back and talk about different things. But if you jump on, feel free to comment any insights that you have as well. So, the design I wanted to do today is actually something I saw recently, and it is a Zentangle. Actually, I'm going to change my marker. It is a Zentangle that that is a landscape. Sorry. Again, I'm not very good at multitasking here. Where is my marker? I don't want to waste too much time doing this, so I'm just going to go back to, we're going to do the monoline. May need to play around with the stabilization. I am working in a program called Procreate, and I don't want it quite that big. I'm going to go like that. And so the quote for today, I like what it said about. Let me go back to it again. Create the capacity to receive. I feel like that is, a pretty big thing. I know for me in my past, I have thought about receiving things, and it's just like, I want more, give me more, But there was something that shifted in me in probably the last 7 years, I would say, really hitting adulthood in my 30s. we have to be prepared for things that we want. And I think that's what this quote is saying: create the the atmosphere for receiving whatever it is that you want to receive. I've said this many times over the past 5 or 6 years, because money mindset is something that I've been working on, because I want more abundance for myself and my family and the people around me and my community. And I couldn't, I was not prepared to receive that with the mindset that I had before then. So I feel like the journey that I've been on is just constantly finding those little negative thoughts about money, the negative fears, not negative fears, just fears in general, negative thoughts, the fears, things that thought patterns, habits, bad habits that were keeping me in kind of a small mindset, limiting beliefs, kind of, holding me back atmosphere, and have just worked really hard to create a shift in my mindset to better receive, and I think that we have to do that for anything that we want to receive in our life. I don't like that. I want an actual perfect circle, so I'm going to do that. And I've got a couple of little things over here just because when I'm doing this, I probably shouldn't call this so much freehand. When I am doing things completely from my mind and more free handed, for real, free minded, it takes me a lot more time. And I did not want to create another live that was really long and drawn out of me figuring things out. So this is my attempt at avoiding that, is just kind of following some templates that I have here in front of me, just as guides. The point of this is not to create something immaculate. It is just to create in general. And I think that we put a lot of constraints on ourselves, thinking that we have to create only from our minds, but there's so much. It's almost a form of meditation when you just kind of throw some different ideas together and take others' ideas and just see how it evolves. Making sure my computer is keeping up with me this time. If you've never done Zen tangles, it's really just playing with lines, is what it feels like for me. Playing with lines and shapes and not really knowing exactly how it's going to turn out. It's very, very meditative for me. So back to the quote. Some things that I think we can do to prepare ourselves, or as the quote said, to create the capacity to receive the things that we want, that we hope that we want to receive. Um, Visualization has been another thing that has been coming up a lot in my life lately. Is just the term visualization, stories of visualization. And visualization is really powerful. To visualize yourself achieving or getting, receiving, experiencing something that you want to experience. I was on one of the Grow Rich calls actually a few weeks ago. It may have been last week. One of our members, Amy Starr Allen, was sharing about a time when she was learning to snowboard. Her and a friend had gone snowboarding. I may get this story a little bit off, but the key parts, are from the story that she shared. But they had gone to learn how to snowboard, and they were in the kind of beginners area and kept falling. There were some people that had, done training and stuff and were seeing them fall and kind of hollered out at her and was telling her heel toe. And she kept trying different formations, but couldn't figure out how to get it to work. And she kept falling, and they went back to their cabin or, wherever home was for them. And they were just relaxing that night. And she had closed her eyes and she was visualizing what to do. Like, she was visualizing herself snowboarding down the mountain. And she kept thinking about the heel toe that the guys were hollering out at her, and she was just visualizing herself doing it. And she felt like she figured it out. And she jumped up and she's like, I'm going to the top of the mountain in the morning and I'm going to make my way down. And her friend was like, no, you're crazy. We can't do that. You don't know how to do that. That's dangerous. She's like, nope, I'm going to do it. And sure enough, she went to the top of the mountain and she made it all the way down without falling once. And I just thought that was so cool. And then there was another story that was shared. I believe it was this week. There's so much good information is shared on that call. But one of the stories was about a marathon runner. And he was preparing for a marathon, loved to run, and he got into a car accident and injured himself pretty badly. Or no, I'm sorry, he did not injure himself really badly, but he did need to rest. He could not just get up and start running, but did not get seriously injured. And he was resting for about 2 weeks before the marathon. And I believe part of the story was a friend was there. They were supposed to be going to it together. And then whenever he showed up the day of the marathon, his friend was like, what are you doing here? You've been in bed. You're in no condition to run this marathon. And the guy was like, my body may have been in the bed, but I was running. I could see everything. I could feel the twitches in my muscles. I remember him saying that as part of the story. And he ended up winning that marathon. And I was just like, that's insane. That is just insane. I say winning the marathon. He finished the marathon. And I've never ran a marathon before. Have you? Have you ever run a marathon? Leave a comment and let me know. I'm curious. So I have started doing some things. I'm not really sure that I like the way it's turning out, but I'm going to keep going. We're going to see how this ends up. I'm not following these templates, but that's okay. That's part of what creativity is, right? Going off the rails a little bit. Going off the rails on a crazy train. I apologize that I just tortured you with my singing. That is not something that I should ever do. I know it's like, why are these lines? What are these lines? But when you're coloring, it's fun to have some texture in there. And the lines kind of create a fun texture. So we're going to go with it. I'm already 15 minutes in. I said that I did not want this live to take as long as the other one did. So we're going to see what we can do here. Still want to create a pretty page. That is the goal. Yeah, if you search on Pinterest, Zentangle landscapes, you will see some of the ideas that I have over here to my side, that I just think are really cool. And I'm actually going to cheat a little bit and fill that in. I will say my desk is not the most comfortable for drawing. Usually when I'm drawing, I am on my couch, just kind of relaxing, and I'm going to draw a cloud up here. Had a lot of fun drawing these flowers lately. Actually, I don't like that one. Alrighty. And so I've actually already got the text done the way that I wanted, just because that was one of the things that took the longest last time I did this. And so now I just want to clean up around the letters to make it visible. I think that may actually look okay. I'm not sure if I want to do a whole white background or if it's going to be okay. I think I want to do a whole white background. So instead of that, I will just do this. See how that goes. I can move it around too. I'm not too crazy about that bottom right hand corner of the page, so I think if I do that, it can kind of cover up that area I'm not too happy with. And then, let's see. That's good, but one other thing that I like to do is dress up that box a little bit. And too big. There's some areas up here that didn't get colored in. Oops. There's those two. Yeah, the placement of the text tends to be the one thing that takes the majority. Sorry, I didn't realize it was so small. Takes the majority of my time. So I just went ahead and did that beforehand. And there we go. So I may spruce this up a little bit more. But thanks so much for hanging out with me. And like I said, you can check out my website to get your free coloring page. There's a few others that I have created and I took a little bit more time with than I did this one. And so you can just visit workwithamc.com and click on Ashley's Creative Stash, and you can get some other free coloring things that I have done, or just free printables. They can be used for a lot of different things. They're just line work art is another thing that I call it. So anyhow, thanks again. Have an awesome day. See you guys on Monday.